The Fongala force used to go out there on October 1 and they were harassed, they were beaten up, they were locked up. But that was this October 1, 2018 is the October 1 where the whole country came up and La Republique troops were nowhere seen.
Yeah, we are celebrating our Independence Day now. You can see how the Amber Boys they are singing in the council. Nobody can take this country away from us. We have decided to go, and we have gone. And we have gone, and they will never make us again. Yeah, we are celebrating our Independence Day now. You can see how the Amber Boys they are singing.
The people came out, it showed that everything that you people have been fighting for, that everything that you have, that the people that we have lost, everybody that we have lost, the houses that have been burnt, the Mamia peace and all of that, you came out and La Republique was nowhere and showed that this is what we are fighting for and this is what we are going to die for. You told the world, like Nelson Mandela said in that court in Johannesburg, that if you believe in something, you have to be ready to die for it. And you showed the world that you believe in this, your right to be a free people, to be self-governing, to be an independent nation that can take care of your own affairs. You came out and you celebrated in grand style in every part of the country. And those of us out of the country, we could only sit down and admire you and admire. I watch those dances and and that is why we come out here every day and try to give you a word of encouragement, thank you, and sometimes give you ideas on how to stay safe, because what we want is that jubilation that we saw in October 1 should be very, very soon. It should come very soon, so all of us can get together and remember those who have fallen. That was that was my gift for the whole year. I don't want any other thing again.
Yes, I want to add a little more to what you just said. You know, La Republique worked really hard to replace October 1 with May 20th. Mm-hmm. They worked very, very hard to do that. But it is said that the tree of liberty grows by the nourishment of blood and not water. And the freedom that our people had to celebrate October 1 came from what happened in Mamfe, what happened in the villages burned, and the people say that is the price we are going to pay. If that's the price we're going to pay, we will pay it. And for the first time since La Republique illegally came and occupied our land, they allowed October 1 to be celebrated in the whole territory without any challenge. I want to tell you another story which this generation is fulfilling. This generation of Ambas and their parents and their uncles, where we are all paying the price for. In 1972, when Ahidjo planned his scheme to abolish the fake federation that we're living under, and when it was announced, all the leadership of the Southern Cameroons, West Cameroon in those days, met at Fonlon's house in order to oppose what just happened. Ahidjo sent troops to surround Fonlon's house, and they gave up. But they did not give up without saying why they're giving up. They saw their situation, they were surrounded by the enemy, and they knew that they had to live to fight another day. But they knew that it would not be them fighting, it will be the next generation. And this generation of Amba in 2018 is that generation, and they have succeeded. They are succeeding one step after the other. And I think for this year, October 1 really crowned it all.
Yes, you're right. They left from Fonlon's house And then they created all the instruments that kept the struggle alive, that started looking for ways to educate, the Cameroon Anglophone movement, the newspapers and all those things were created to start educating the people, and you people came in and picked it up. You started documenting all these things and keeping it for posterity. Because imagine when these things happen, those people who all along in Fongalan will walk out with the partitas and all these people on October 1st and try to organize something, and they will catch them and lock them up. A lot of the people, as we have said, were not involved. But when the time came, you went and opened those archives and started showing people some of these things. It then opened their mind and opened their hearts and built up their resolve. And we are where we are now because of I just underscoring that live to fight another day that you talked about.
No, and that's a very important emphasis you're doing, because even if it's just one little thing you're doing at your corner, it's adding up to the struggle. There was a little clip of video that went viral to teach our people why our name should be Ambazonian. That clip was filmed in 1990. But guess what? It came to be instrumental in educating the young people who some of them were not even born then.
And they're the ones fighting now.
Yes. So, and I just want to emphasize that the parents who lost their children in Pengin, those who lost their children in Batibo, those who lost their children in every little fight in Bafut, in Belo, in all these places, those voices and the blood, you always mentioned Swivism. All those are not going in vain. Because everything starts with the human voice. The ideas start with the human voice. After some of Goji Dinka's videos went out and educated it, Goji Dinka called me up and I am so glad you were there. Because who knows, when we're filming that thing, it was just a camera there, you know what I'm saying? But it has helped. So every single, every little defiance of the enemy in our land goes a long way. It is these little defiances that come together to make them know that
constitute the movement,
that these people are gone. Even some of the sellouts, I think there have been Francophone writers who have written that all of them in Yaoundé are Ambazonians. You read that, right? So October 1 proved that, and if Lara Publi wants to challenge any October 1 again going forward, let them go ahead, isn't it?
That's right.